Are you terrified to lose your job? Have you lost your job and have no idea what to do next? My guest in studio is here to tell you how she worked through the anger and fear of being terminated, but more importantly, why she now says you should never fear a job loss. Stay tuned. Here's what you miss when you're not in studio with That Anita Live. But back then, when you said you was English, she said, oh, this said, bring me a third chair.
Last stop on the bus to the first stop on the bus, right? And then you get on the 7 train, last stop on the 7 train to the first stop on the 7 train, 42nd Street, then you transfer into the 1.
Do you want it?
Yes. But then I'd make it up there.
Okay, 1 second. How hard is it to deliver food? Please tell a man to just leave the food at the front there.
Because you know I'm at the end of my toilet paper roll, and so I can talk to multi-generations, you know? I can.
Ooh, Lord. I think it was when I talked to his wife.
Wow.
Yes. I don't even mention this in the book.
No, you didn't. Please, spill the tea.
You know.
You did that.
Come on. I love to have you in my audience.
Hi, I'm Anita, your host, and this is That Anita Live, the talk show dedicated to providing emotional healing through sharing to help you create a happier life. Kirsten, let's start with the day that you found out that you were being terminated. How did that day start?
It started like your regular normal days. It was a good day. It was a good morning. Bright sunny day. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was June 16th, 2017. I drove into the office. You know, everything felt fine. Then I remember that myself and my boss had an email to attend this all hands on meeting. And then when we went to the conference room, we were the only 2 individuals there.
Wow.
So I thought that was kind of strange. So then peeked back out, went and asked a couple other coworkers if they had been called to this all hands on meeting, and they were like, no, don't know what you're talking about. So that kind of instantly put my guard up that something was going on. And my boss felt the same. So then a few minutes passed, like 15 to 20 minutes passed, and nobody else came into the conference room. So then I went to the restroom and I came back out and I saw the individual from Human Resources. And this person was known as the hit lady, the firing lady. So I knew somebody, when I saw her, I knew somebody was losing their job that day. And I kind of figured it was either myself, my boss, or our other teammate who worked in another location. So sure enough, 15 minutes later, they start calling us into another office one by one. And so then you instantly knew then when you were called in that you were the one that was on the hit list. So.
Okay, and were you immediately terminated and let go, or did you continue to work after?
No, that was it. It was actually June 15th when the conversation was had, like when you were informed. Okay. But my last day of employment was the following next day, June 16th. So, and the strange thing about it was, you know, they went through all the formalities, you know, telling you your severance package, when your health insurance and all of that is terminated or canceled. And then they ended the conversation with, oh, you can go back to your desk and finish out the day, which was strange to me. Like, you literally just pulled the rug out from under me and you expect me to go back to my desk and finish working, which I quickly informed them that was not happening. I was like, are we finished? And she was like, yes, we're finished. And I was like, do I have to sign anything? And they were like, yes. And I was like, okay. I was like, deuces, I'm out.
Right, that was it.
That was it.
Okay.
I mean, I felt betrayed at that point. So why would I stay and work? You know, at this point, you're treating me like a criminal. You're telling me, oh, your laptop, you have to leave that. They confiscated my phone on the spot. It's like, I felt like a criminal. Like, my loyalty to the company wasn't respected at that point. So why should I give you any loyalty or respect? Because you've literally just snatched the rug out from under me. So I signed my paperwork, grabbed some personal items from my desk, the pictures of my nephews, Got in my car and drove off the compound. That was it.
What ran through your head as you were driving home?
Intense anger, rage, betrayal. Because like I said, I'd given this company 9 years of dedicated, loyal service.
Yes. And in return,
I got a few months of a severance package, 2 weeks of health insurance coverage, and that was it.
so once you got home, how did you begin to work through the feeling of betrayal and anger?
Calling family and friends, I called my brothers and sisters and told them, and they were immediately shocked, like, you're playing, right? Like, you're joking. I was like, why would I joke about something like this?
Right.
And so then I called my other friends who worked at the other location, and I was informed by one team member that she knew that we were going to be laid off. She actually knew 90 minutes before we were told. So that again brought up the feelings of rage and anger and betrayal.
Yes.
Because I'd known this person, we were friends. I'd known her for 26
Off the
years.
job.
Off the job, we were friends. I'd helped her get her job with this company. And she knew for 94 minutes what
And
was coming.
told you.
Afterwards.
She knew.
Mm-hmm.
Are you two still friends today?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
Absolutely not.
Whoa.
The friendship was terminated at that conversation because I felt that's where the betrayal came in. I understand the company's logic,
Yes.
but as someone that you've known for 26 years, we've broken bread together, we vacationed together, we've supported each other through divorces on her part, through burying parents on each of our parts. You know, just being there for each other through life. I considered her a friend.
Ride or die. Right.
Ride or die. So when she, you know, said, oh yeah, I knew, but they told me not to tell. And I was like,
And she said it just that casually?
yeah.
Whoa.
So you can imagine the betrayal and the rage went from being a 8.5 to 100. Because I just
Very
couldn't
quickly.
believe that a friend would know this information and not give me a heads up. Like, I didn't expect her to say, oh, they're about to lay you off, but I did expect her to say something to the effect of, get your mind right, prepare, something bad is coming. Don't get your emotions in check. Because when you're told that you're being laid off, how can you not be emotional? You know, your livelihood is gone.
Right.
It's literally snatched from under you with all your great benefits, your retirement, all of that, just snatched from under
Gone. Yeah.
you. So for me to find out that she knew that that was coming, that was a level of betrayal that I had never experienced before.
Because I know sometimes when people have a bad experience, they lose their zest for life.
Yeah.
They just completely.
I didn't have time for that. Didn't have time to embrace those feelings.
Had to keep it going.
Had to keep it going.
Because
once you let those feelings take hold, it's hard to get out of that hole, you know. And I guess I should have said my sister was instrumental in that. She was the kick in the pants. You know, those days that I did feel down or depressed and wanted to have a pity party, she would literally be like, what are you crying for? You got a severance? You got a laptop? You got internet? What are you crying for? She was like, you know how many people got laid off and didn't have a severance? She was that voice of reason.
Yeah.
So
you got hit twice in the same day, bam, bam. One with the
Right.
company, one with the friend.
right.
What was the next thing you did? Was it self-care, the expression with your siblings? How else did you work yourself down from being so heated?
First, I just had to really embrace and deal with those emotions because they weren't going away. It took like a good 3 to 4 days for me not to be angry. Really, it did. I have to be honest. It took several days. So I did everything that I knew that would help me come down, like shopping,
Okay.
going out to dinner with my sister and friends, you know, stuff like that, watching
Right.
my favorite TV shows.
Right.
And then everything I wanted to do, I did. You know, oh, let's go check out the new outlet at Clarksburg, you know.
So you did not immediately think, oh, hold on, I need to immediately find another job.
No, because in my situation, when I was laid off, I was given a severance package. So I knew that there was some sort of security for the next few months.
Okay.
So I didn't know that immediately. I didn't have the feeling of I need to run out right away and find a job because I had that safety net.
Okay.
So, but it was in the back of my mind. Like that next week when the emotions died down, I was like, well, you really need to think about what your next steps will be because this severance is going to run out. Mm-hmm. So I would say in the next 2 weeks, I really started thinking of what do I want to do with myself now. And the main thing I came up with is I don't want another 9-to-5 because I don't want somebody else to control when or if I work.
When or if I work, and we'll be right back for her to tell us what she decided to do.
What if I told you that you could stop the negative tape from playing inside your head? What if, with 7 simple steps, you could leave the pain of the past behind and live every day as your true, authentic self? It is possible, and you can do it. The ebook, 7 Simple Steps to Beat Emotional Baggage, How to Become Whole, Healed, Healthy, and Happy, shares how to resolve emotional baggage and feel free to live true to your own personality, spirit, and character. Transform negative thinking into positive thinking and become equipped to boldly face your past and resolve emotional pain. Get your free copy at thatanitalive.com/ebook.
We're back with Kirstin Fuller, and we are discussing how to handle a job loss. We went through in the first segment how she lost her job, how she dealt with the emotions of anger, and now, because Sister said before we went to break, Sister said, I did not want to ever have somebody else control how or when I worked again.
Or if.
Or if I worked again.
Yeah. That's the whole part of being laid off that bothered me. Because I found out literally that the process of them choosing who was laid off
Yes.
was like a checkerboard. Like they laid it out, they knew the number of how many people had to go, and they literally picked people like pieces on a checkerboard. It's like we were served up on a platter. Yeah. So I never want to give someone else that power anymore. So I want to build my own businesses so I can control when or if I work.
So take me to the day, take me to the minute that you decided, okay, I am not going to apply for another job. This is what I'm going to do.
That was 2 weeks after. And I really thought about the things that I had been working on while I was working on my 9-to-5, like my blogs and my dream of always wanting to have like my own accessory line and online store. So I felt that this was the time to try those things while I had that safety net of that severance. So while I had my severance still coming in, taking care of my financial responsibilities, I started taking classes to help me start an online business, to start another stream of income through social media management. So I started taking certification classes during that severance period.
Oh, okay.
As I had the time, like I said, my financial responsibilities were taken care of, and had a little savings, another safety net. So I felt that that was the perfect time for me to explore other avenues. I also felt that it was like God was telling me, this is your time to follow the dreams that I've given you. You know, yes, it was messed up how you were laid off. It was messed up that you were even laid off after 9 years. But I'm kicking you out of the nest, and this is the time for you to do your thing. And you'll be all right.
And you will be all right.
Right.
So you started taking the certification classes.
And most of them were online certifications. I've taken a couple in-person seminars in Atlanta, but most of my certifications for social media management have come online. through one of the biggest firms in that arena.
How did you get your first client? Because that's what I hear is the biggest fear. Oh, I don't have any friends. My family wouldn't buy from me. How would I start a business?
Well, my online business, my first clients came through social media promotion. Yep. So I started building up that strategy and promoting. I built anticipation of what was coming with the product line. So during Black Friday weekend, one of the tests in one of the classes I had taken, one of the seminars I had gone to, the gentleman was like, start an online business to see if it'll work. So we did a test Black Friday weekend. And part of that test was to create a social media strategy for your business. So I did that. I promoted it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and, you know, showed pictures of the products that I'd hand selected and built that anticipation, that buzz, that desire. So when the site went live, you know, more social media, hey, the site is up, the products are available, you know, if you order before Monday, you get 25% off plus free shipping or whatever. And that's how I really got my first sale. In social media promotion.
And so that was November 2017. Have you looked back since?
No. No.
Very quick.
No.
And look at your face. Look at the smile and the joy on your face.
It's very rewarding to be able to do the things that you love to do and work with people who respect and love you and who are genuinely supportive of what you're doing. Not to say I didn't have that in my 9 to 5, but it's a 9 to 5. You're working for somebody else. So now, you know, that I'm building my own and I'm working with a friend doing a social media management firm, you know, she respects what I do. She respects my opinion. She loves my work. And it's very rewarding. I set my day. If I want to work 12 to 6, I work 12 to 6. If I want to take a break and watch a Yamla, I take a break and watch a Yamla. You know, if I want to go out and have a long lunch with a friend, I do that.
Freedom to own your own time.
Freedom to own. And to decide if I work. When
you made that decision, you expressed it to family and friends, those closest to you.
Yes.
What was their reaction?
Some were a little hesitant, but my immediate family, my brothers and sisters, were supportive because they know I've had this entrepreneurial spirit for a long time. So they were supportive of that, and they just wanted me to make sure that I had all my ducks in a row, that my responsibilities were covered while I pursued my passion. But they've been very supportive.
Did you have anybody that was not?
There have been a few that were, I would say, half and half supportive. Like, they support what I want to do, but they also want me to have that safety of a 9 to 5 with benefits.
Because in this area,
yeah,
if you have the option to get a job with one of the major companies in the area or a job with the federal government here in the area and you don't take it, they think you are absolutely bonkers. They think you have lost your mind.
But the way I look at it, with this current administration, working in the government is not guaranteed anymore. How many times have they shut the government down in this first year of this presidency? So
at least two or three.
So that's not security to me. They're not getting raises. You know, when you work for yourself, you determine, you give yourself a raise or promotion as often as you want. You know?
Okay, so you set everything up, took the classes. Your family says we've got your back. Did you look to your family to be your first client?
No.
Why not?
I just know my brothers and sisters, you know, some of my products, they're not going to buy. My sister, I love her to death, but she's looking like, where's my freebie? You know, that sort of thing. So, yeah, they'll support in their own way, but I wasn't expecting them to be my first customer.
And how do you handle family and friends coming to you and expecting to hook up?
You have to be direct. They're not going to like it, but you have to be direct. Like my first stock orders of stock, I didn't buy samples to give away. I bought product to sell. That was the name of the game.
Boom.
Okay. I was like, I can get you a freebie on the next order. But this right here, this is a test. We have to sell. We have to make money off of this. So she understood, but she's still looking down the road for freebies. You know,
I'm still expecting.
Right. But they support in their own way. And I respect that. I knew that going in, you know. So.
Because I follow you on social media, and I see you in a different car. almost every week.
That's another blog. That's another project.
But it's you making decisions for yourself as to how and what you're going to do with your time.
Yes, absolutely, and I love it.
It shows.
Yeah.
It does.
There's no
It
other
shows.
freedom like it.
So how would you, if someone was interested, viewers saw this video and wanted to get into their own entrepreneurial spirit, entrepreneurial streams, what would be your suggestions to them?
Invest in yourself, invest in classes, in coaches. And I would, they can reach out to me on Facebook or Twitter, Instagram. And I would give them a couple groups that I would suggest they join in Facebook, especially one that's based in Atlanta, and it's called Traffic Sales a Profit.
Okay.
That's an entrepreneurial group, and the whole mission of that group is to support one another and help each other build your businesses. So give tips. Once a week, one entrepreneur is selected to sell their products, and you give the group members a special discount. So the goal is to make money. So you sell your products, you give a special discount, but it's a very supportive, it's like a family. And I think when you're starting out as an entrepreneur, that's what you need. Like if you have a problem, you can put a post in the group and somebody will chime in and help you figure it out. If you need a recommendation for a graphic artist or web designer, again, put it in the group and they'll make recommendations of people that will get the job done, get it done well without breaking the bank. I would strongly say invest in yourself and invest in some classes, online or in person, but invest in yourself.
How did you select?
Classes that I attended?
No, how did you select this line of business to go into?
Oh, good question. I think it came from my blogging work. Because I started a blog 8 years ago. Back to the story. I used to have a travel magazine back in 2007. And that folded when my parents died within 11 months of each other. So I just didn't have the desire to continue that. So a friend suggested that I keep writing through a blog. So that's how I started my travel blog. And through that, of course, that's when the age of social media started, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and all that took off. So from building my social media accounts for my blog, I learned a lot in that process and met a lot of great people. So then when this whole new genre of social media management as a profession came about.
Because it is new.
It is new. But I embraced it because I was already doing it for myself, for my blogs. So I started working with a friend. Once I got laid off, a friend asked me if I would consider doing social media management as a stream of income full time. And I was like, why not? Already doing it, so why not give it a try? To me, at that time, it was all about trying new things to see what would work. Because, my main goal was to not have to go back to a 9-to-5. So that is the driving force for me right now, to be able to sustain my lifestyle the way I want without going to a 9-to-5 that somebody else controls when or if I work.
And have you?
Yes.
Thus far?
Yes.
And as she
It's a
said,
blessing.
she is not looking back. One disastrous chapter should not end your entire story. Job loss is often the nudge or the directions we need to follow our dreams, our passions, and our goals. Sometimes, in the midst of a storm, all we need is to sit in a quiet space to see or hear what to do next. To reach out to Kirsten, you can find her at jetsetfabulous.com. I'm Anita, your host. Be sure to check out thatanitalive.com for where and when to see our next episode. Here's what you miss when you're not in studio with That Anita Live. But back then, people say it was English. She said, oh, this said, bring me a third chair.
Last stop on the bus to the first stop on the bus, right? And then you get on the 7 train, last stop on the 7 train to the first stop on the 7 train, 42nd Street. Then you transfer into the 1.
You want it?
Yes. But then I'd make it up there.
Okay, 1 second. how hard is it to deliver food? Please tell a man to just leave the food at the front there.
Because you know I'm at the end of my toilet paper roll, and so I can talk to multi-generations, you know? I can.
I think it was when I talked to his wife.
Wow.
Yes. I don't even mention this in the book.
No, you didn't. Please spill the tea.
You know.
Did that.
Come on! I love to have you in my audience.